Hey, we're at Clever Con, and you're watching 7 Things on Lucy Out Loud.
And we're in a hot tub.
Naked.
Yeah.
Blazing Saddles. My favorite is when he walks up and he's like, "Excuse me while I whip this out."
The sheriff's here! The sheriff's here!
I'm like, you're my grandma's boy.
This is my shit.
And my favorite line from that movie is what's high score mean? Did I break it?
Nick Schwartz. Mine would probably be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, first one. I could literally recite the whole thing. It's the only one I could really do it. My favorite line, probably the deepest line I've ever heard in a movie. Forgiveness is divine. You never pay full price for late pizza.
It's not really my favorite movie, but it's my favorite line. And it's Officer Dookie from Scary Movie. It's not Dookie, it's actually Officer Dookie.
Dookie.
And the line is, smell my hand.
Oh, what is that? My ass.
My name would be Moneyman, and my powers would be able to shoot money out of my hands. See, the catch is I could never use this money. I could only give it to you. So what I would do is I would go from town to town giving homeless people and victims of natural disasters all this money. But here's the catch also. The government would want me, and I would never be allowed to live in this world. So I would need a second power, a secondary power. So my secondary power would be able to shrink to enormously small sizes so that I cannot be seen and I can hide.
I'd be Captain and Captain. I'd be the captain of things. I'd be the captain.
He runs a tight ship.
See, you're telling me.
I would be me. I would have the same superpower as Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell. Zach Morris, time out. He freeze time and manipulate his surroundings to benefit him. I just be Ryan Marshall with Ryan Marshall, time out. Do shit.
I guess I would live up to my nickname and be Hulk. And my superpower, I guess,
I know what it is. Instead of you wouldn't like me when I'm angry, it's you wouldn't like me when I'm horny. Every time you get a boner, you just explode into this giant green thing and just start bumping everything around you, breaking shit.
He likes it. Moving on.
I actually put a lot of thought into this one, and this one goes back to when we just started the band, and we were going to band practice, and Mikey Slockbauer, our old drummer, played the song Mastering the List by RX Bandits for us. You had heard it, and that song basically directed what we were doing to the band and gave it direction and vision. That song basically changed what I wanted to do as a musician and with a Clever Con. I felt like, whoa, hey there. I felt like the guy in Back to the Future who was like, you know that thing you're doing? Well, you gotta hear this, That's what it felt like it was happening to me. Like I heard the song and this my head exploded. And I was like, I wanna be like these guys. And that was Mastering the List by RX Bandits.
Dispatch, of course. I have to say my favorite song has to be Hey Hey. And the first time I heard that song, it was probably the first time I ever heard Dispatch altogether. And that really touched me.
No, this time
Anyway, so Hey Hey,
let's turn these jets off.
Definitely put music into perspective for me because they were doing something that not too many people were doing at the time,
Must be my
and it just spoke to me. It spoke to me in a very, very personal level. I actually cried a little bit. It was music to my ears.
We're being old to you.
I'd probably say Sweet Child of Mine from Guns N' Roses. So it was the first like bass line that didn't just like follow exactly what the guitar was doing. It actually moved around and really got me to play something that wasn't just like quarter notes so I could do a song. It helped me become more. Oh yeah? I didn't interrupt you when you were talking. Yeah, so it just wasn't like that deep moment that like really changed my life, but like it led me to where I am now, I guess.
At the, I'd say it's kind of like cliche and corny, but I wouldn't say it changed my life, but it definitely changed the direction I was going with what I wanted to do with music. And it would be any one of the first 4 or 5 songs that we played as a band, because where I was going was towards the pop punk emo type scene, and then I guess found these guys found A Clever Con on Craigslist, and it kind of like completely just went and turned me back that way. Which I mean, it pretty much it didn't change my life, but it changed the direction I was going musically. As far as that goes.
Cool.
I love you guys.
Pepto-Bismol. Pepto-Bismol is delicious.
I need room to breathe. This one. This is a hard one.
Can't think of one.
No, not really.
I'd be a black hole.
I got one.
All right. Black
Yeah,
hole.
well, yeah, black hole. Sucks all the like taste buds out of your mouth. You can't taste me.
All right, ready? Are you ready for mine?
Yeah.
I'd be a human flesh jelly
Give me a
bean.
man meat jelly bean.
I would be the flavor of throw up. Because nobody would want to taste me and spit me out.
Really?
I would never get eaten in my entire life.
I thought, dude, I
tried to
totally
throw up
pegged you for
jelly
someone.
No, human flesh
No,
for zombies.
You would
know?
so want a Haley
Zombies
Williams flavored jelly bean.
No, that's what I would want.
it-
That's not what I would be.
It
though.
tastes like hair guy and the lead singer's in Newfound Glory's penis.
That's terrible.
Just how it used to be. It was easier to identify.
All right, this is actually. I'm gonna take the Mike Dietz direction here and be a pessimist. The thing I learned from touring and what little touring we did is that music fans who don't live in Jersey are awesome. I kind of brought it up there. When we played outside of the state, like they're just more
so much better.
I'm sorry, Jersey. We love Jersey. We're from Jersey. Our
But we're
music's in
moving to
Jersey.
Massachusetts, Connecticut.
But you guys aren't as responsive as most people. There are those exceptions. There's Kayla, there's Jimmy, there's Jess, there's all those kids. There's Lucy. Lucy's doing this. But the kids outside Jersey, they care more. You learn from them, Jersey kids.
And they're
Sing
totally
along.
awesome, because I remember when we went up to Massachusetts, Connecticut, we turned around and our trailer was unloaded, and we're like, what the hell happened to all our gear? And it's inside.
Well, for me, life outside Jersey is a little bit more complex than the music business. Because people, as in the scene, as in the kids, as in society, there's different genres out there. It's not just lumped into like 4 or 5 different genres. you
Like
know?
Jersey.
Like Jersey, you typically see emo, you typically see metal, you typically see ska reggae. But there's not a lot of space for the bands like us who like to mix it up a little bit, play whatever how we were feeling at the moment, So when we went out there, we found bands that were doing what we're doing, and it was just like a breath of fresh air, And those like Ryan said, like those people are a lot like cooler and nicer because they respect and they love music out there, and they're more like they tend to more like want to hear that new kind of music and that new sensation because they don't want to hear what people have heard for years and years and years. It's so hard to get out of that field of music.
Besides like the basics, like bringing an extra guitar, against your strength, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you bring extra underwear and a lot of deodorant.
So
Yeah.
go, hold on, I gotta stop my string. I gotta change it. Give me 10 minutes.
Peace.
Professional. They're gonna call you back the next day and say, always be prepared for anything. Bring fuses, bring strings, guitars.
Hacky sack.
Of course. Duh.
Lots of cup of soups.
Cup of soups, ramen.
Oh, GPS. And make sure when you get to the gig, you've already got gas. Because when a gig ends at 1 in the morning, those gas stations are closed.
Yeah.
And make sure you're not following a guy named TJ Smash Horner. Because TJ likes to drive ridiculously over the speed limit and lose the 2 cars that are following.
When he's got a trailer.
I learned if don't agree to play a show at an awesome campground in the middle of New York and also agree to go home that same night.
Oh.
Because we played a show with a past band called the Clear Blur that they're no longer together. They're no longer together. So we played a show with them up in New York at a place called Roscoe, New York. And it was basically in the valley, in a campground that was in the valley of 2 mountains. And
Roscoe kids,
Ready?
awesome.
yeah, again, outside of New Jersey. But we were there and we had to go home because
We had commitments to go home the next morning for
we had
stuff.
commitments to make and people had work, so we had to go home. But I really did not want to go home because it was such an awesome time. There were so many people there, and
Always leave the night of it, the morning after we're getting open.
well, technically we were leaving the morning after because we didn't leave till about 2 o'clock. Yeah.
Always leave room for breakfast after a gig.
And don't wake up at 10 o'clock and start drinking at 10:30. Doesn't happen.
Oh, that's
City
cool.
failure. Move closer to my degree. Breathe in and out.
All right, I'll think of the name of my tour now. You can get it.
Okay, I'm gonna say Incubus, RX Bandits, Dispatch, and Hanson.
Really? All
Why
right,
Hanson?
Because they're the best things. It's White Toast tour called. It's called The Taste of Darkness.
That's such a cop off.
Taste of
I don't know. Alright, fine. It's called Boob Tube.
the, let's see, Led Zeppelin.
is this Led Zeppelin circa a certain year?
Before Bonham died.
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
That would be amazing.
Like old Metallica before Cliff died.
Oh,
Even
It'd
better.
be such a weird tour, but it'd be awesome.
Be a whole bunch of dead people.
it's called the Dead Musicians Tour.
Eating human flesh jelly beans.
The Afterlife tour.
Maybe Black Sabbath in there. Let's get some, oh yeah, it's Nation D is given though.
They're on every tour.
Maybe Bon Jovi.
What's the
Milli Vanilli.
what's it called?
Awesome.
The Awesome Tour?
The Awesome Tour.
Tour awesome.
Yeah.
Alright. I'd have to go with Incubus. Because they're awesome. And I'm very upset that I didn't get to I'm going to be the asshole and say Paramore because I just want to see them live.
That's not right. They're a good band.
Yeah. And Avenged Sevenfold with their old drummer before he passed away. And it would be called, I'm going to be cliche and say the Backtrack Tour because I'm a firefighter.
Nice.
Next question.
I would do Incubus, Glassjaw, RX Bandits, a split set between Dispatch and State Radio, with Matt Embry getting on guitar for the State Radio stuff
you
because he
can't do
did
that.
that.
That's
Why not? This is my tour. And then we'd be opening, obviously, because we can't headline this tour.
Oh, and us.
Yeah.
We all
Oh yeah,
stop with that.
we're on that. It'd be
You
called-
open that show.
It'd be called the Wet Dream Tour. Because the whole time I'd be like,
This time, no way out. This is us. This is
Ready? Good. Ready? Go.
where we're gonna be. No way out. Communication. This is what we need from you. Strong.
Stop. Really? that's all we had?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bullshit.
What do you got? This is the artist. This is the self-portrait of Ryan. This is the self-portrait of Tommy. This is Mike's self-portrait.
I didn't have time
this
to
is-
connect it.
And this is TJ's self-portrait. Well, if you have any more of your own questions, you can always go to facebook.com/clevercon /
How did Ryan get so hot?
I said that. I drink my milk when I play my card games with my friends.
There's water in my eyes.
This is not happy
Don't forget,
anymore.
Facebook.com /
All right, good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Come see us play.
Yeah. Oh, we have shows. We have a really big triple threat show, October 28th in Hazlitt.
Yes.
It's
Come see our
TJ's birthday. It's a show with us, and it's a Halloween costume show. And November 5th in Brooklyn, we're doing the Trash Bar. If you're over 21, it's open bar from 7 to 8.
If you're not, you get the.
And there's free tater tots.
Tater tots!
Ryan's Pub on November 25th, my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What are you doing that?